Thank you for downloading our United Methodist ebook. We hope you found the information helpful. Now that you've had a chance to read through the guide, Dan Dalton has a few more things for you to consider before you start down the path of leaving the denomination. Dan?
We have a lot of videos, we have a lot of resources, ebooks, and blogs on our website that you can review as well. And you can get a good idea of what the legal issues are moving forward. But what I want to talk about with you right now is the practical issues of should you separate and why should you separate right now? Should you separate involves a big collective picture of your local church. There are some churches who are having issues with members leaving because of what's happening in the denomination, or hiring staff, retaining staff, or getting staff motivated because of what's happening in the denomination. If you're in that boat, then now's the time to leave. Uh, Waiting around isn't going to solve any issue. You're just going to continue to lose members and lose staff, and that's something that you really don't want to do. There are other churches that are smaller and want to leave, or they have older buildings and want to leave. And you really need to consider the financial cost of this. If you're a smaller congregation, or if you have an older building that requires a lot of maintenance and upkeep, you really need to make a determination as to whether it would be financially feasible to go through this process. Legal fees are going to be expensive. There's no attorney fee provision, so there's no way to capture your fees back. So these are out-of-pocket costs that you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay something to the conference in all likelihood to avoid litigation as well. So if you want to separate now, you have to think about the financial implications of the same. Not every church can afford that. If again, we hear from a lot of small churches. We just got one today, for example. We're a older historic church, but it has 25 members. They don't have a lot of money to continue. The conference is closing their doors, and they want to fight it, but they just don't have the financial means to do it. It may be better for these folks to reorganize and start as a new church, rent another building, another church at a different time, rent a school building, do something. But then try to fight the matter and to save this matter. If you're facing a closure next week, it's probably too late for us to move in. If you're hearing from your conference that they're doing a Section 213 review, which is a review as to the vitality of the congregation, know this: the conference has already made a determination to close your church. They're just trying to lead you to that conclusion. So if you want to fight that, you need to do it now. If you hear the number 25493B from the conference of exigent circumstances, they've probably already taken the steps to amend your bylaws and to your articles of incorporation, I should say, and review your deeds so that they keep the property. And they've done that in the past, and it's probably too late at that point in time as well. So I would urge you to really think about the financial cost and think about the end game. You don't want to put yourself in a financial hole simply because you have an emotional attachment to your building. Think through this process. The other part of this, the flip side of this, is if you're a financially healthy church and you're a larger church and you want to go through this process, but you're thinking about when should we do this, now's the time to do this. There's no sense of waiting for a future event to work forward. And we'll talk a little bit more, and you'll see a little bit in my blogs and ebooks as to why I think that's to be the case. But really, now is that time to take that step. You're going to have to do something with respect to your governing documents, so you might as well get that taken care of now. And you might not need to leave right now, but take those steps to preserve your property and protect your ministry moving forward. And we certainly can help you with that.
Thank you for your insight, Dan. If you have any questions or you would like to set up a consultation, please call our office or email us today.